Hey guys, Kev here, and I'm ready to do my full review on the James Brand Barnes. You guys know it. You love it. The integral monster that is the James Brand Barnes. You guys know right from the beginning, it was a controversial topic. The James Brand itself, I'm going to just leave that out. I'm not going to talk about the James Brand and how I feel about them. I'm going to talk about this knife and what I think of this specific knife, okay? That's what I'm going to do here. If you want to hear my thoughts, go watch my unboxing or my comparison with the Vero Engineering Isotope or my first impressions. I probably mentioned some things in there. But for the sake of sanity, I'm just going to talk about the James Brand Barnes today, okay, guys? I want to wrap this one up. I have sold this knife already to my good buddy Joe, the Knife Whisperer. I will be telling you why. It is not because it is a bad knife or I wouldn't keep the knife under different circumstances. I will get to that. So let's jump into this, guys. Aesthetically, when this knife is closed, it is absolutely stunningly gorgeous. I know I use the word stunning a lot, but it is stunningly gorgeous. I mean, look at this damn thing. The milling line, or the micro milling all over. I've showed this up close in a couple of videos, so feel free to check those out. Look at the freaking, like, contouring here. It's just incredible. The clip is mounted from the inside. It's an integral. It just looks amazing, guys. Then you open it. And now it becomes a lizard frog reptile. And it still looks good, don't get me wrong. And I think a lot of people think it looks sexy as hell. And I would venture to say it's sexy, but not as hell. It's okay. I wish it had a different blade shape. I wish it had a Tanto and it was a little bit taller. And I wish it didn't have thumb studs, but I'll get to that. So, open, not so much, but still good looking. Has a bead blast on the bottom part of the grind here, and then satin flats. It is a flat grind, I believe. I mean, it could be the slightest of hollows, but I'm not sure. And it comes out to a nice tip, drop point blade. Yeah, so aesthetically, really nice closed. Okay, when it's open. Ergonomics on this guy are phenomenal. This thing fits my hand like a glove. It's very neutral, obviously. You just have this little up sweep right here. Everything else is basically a box, but contoured very nicely. Even the back here is contoured, and of course that. And it just feels good. I mean, I cannot say it more than sounding like an idiot when I say good. It's good, guys. Ergonomics, fantastic. I mean, do I wish it had a finger control? Yes, but I say that about every damn knife that doesn't. Cutting. So, I cut with this knife a little bit. I knew pretty early I wasn't going to keep it because of the thumb studs. But look at the grind. Look at the edge. It comes down to a super thin Riot, razor sharp edge. Probably around 15 thousandths behind the edge. It cut paper like a dream. It cut open a package or two like a dream. And that's about it, guys. I didn't go crazy, but I think it's a fantastic cutter. But I can't say from experience that it's a fantastic cutter. I need to be honest about that. But I think it would be. From taking from my experience, not with this knife, I think it would be fantastic. I hope that makes sense. Sounds. They're decent. For an integral, I'd say they're good. Because it's hard to get any sound out of an integral. So it's like a 5. Yeah, it's a 5. So kind of standard there, guys. Carry. Oh, man. This thing carries like an absolute dream. This clip is fantastic. Just a milled titanium clip. Has really good retention point right here. Has that pad. That is the key to this clip. It has that soft landing, smooth landing pad right there that's cut into that micro milling. And it just goes bink, bonk, bink. I'll show you. It has great retention, but it goes in and out very easily. It's just absolutely a dream to put in your pocket. Obviously, you're going to have a taut, stiff pocket, and then just comes out with a little click. I love it, guys. It is absolutely fantastic in the carry department, and it tucks away, and it's thin. It's not heavy. I mean, it's definitely heavier than a knife that's not integral, but it's not too heavy for its size. So I never had an issue with carry at all. Loved it. All right, so we've done aesthetics, we've done ergos, we've done sounds, we've done carry, we've done cutting, action. Detent is spot on. It's Riot, spot on. Closing action, I have tuned this baby to perfection. You can see that. It drops shut. It's just a controlled glide down close. Absolutely not stunning. Fantastic, right? Love the action. It is dead nuts centered. Oh, dead nuts. Yeah, guys, I love it. Left-handed. Here's the thing. So, right-handed, thumb flick, no problem. Right-handed, middle finger flick, no problem. It's a righty's dream. Left-handed, thumb flick, So it's fine, guys. It's me more than it is the knife, okay? So the way I hold a knife for some reason when I thumb flick, I end up putting my fingers near the blade. And then it gets caught, and then it's like hard to get out, and then and it just doesn't work well for me. Now, if I climb down the knife, put my thumb on the clip like this, and Spidey flick it, oh, it's so good. And that was the reason why I love this knife, guys. Because I can Spidey flick it like a friggin' champion, okay? But the thumb flick lefty, depending on your hand size and if you're an idiot, could be an issue like me, right? Another thing that I don't like about the action, and it's not this knife, it's me, is when I close it as a lefty, I can't just do this, right? Oh, hey, it hit my nail, let me get it out of there and close it. I have to push the lock bar over, pull it down with my finger, and then turn it, get out of the way with my thumb, and let it drop, right? And what tends to happen is I do this and I go too far, or I go too fast, or the action's too good, and then I'm pulling my thumb away, and then I cut it right here. I've done that so many times on a thumb stud knife. And that is one of the reasons I just don't like thumb stud knives. I like to have a flipper because the flipper will catch on something. I like to have a hole because I don't know why the hole works better. I guess because with the hole, I can control it like here. This is my Evo 2.0. When I have the hole, I have much more control of the blade here. See that? Because my finger's in the hole. Oh, God. That's what she said, or he said. And then I get out. Boom. Never had that problem where I cut myself with a hole for deployment knife. It's just with thumb studs because I guess it's hard to get full control of this like it is when your finger's in the blade, you know? Anyway, like I said, personal issue, not like something I can really call an issue, right? So that's action. Very, very good. Value. So here's the rub on this knife. James Brand charges $600 for this. If you go to their website and you're active military, you're a first responder, whatever, you have one of those Gov X IDs. This knife is $480 shipped. That is an absolutely great price for an integral knife made by Reate with M390 and the amount of detail that is on this knife. This is not just your run-of-the-mill integral. That micro milling is absolutely incredible, guys. Until you get this in hand and just feel it and look at those little triangles on there and how they got that pad on there. Look at the clip, the rounding right here. Until you actually see that in person, you don't understand. Until you look inside the knife and see the rainbow like anodizing that's in there. I don't know if you can see it right now. But it's like this rainbow colored anodizing all inside of there. And then you have that clip or that screw right here internally. That's holding the clip on. It's just ingenious. So they didn't have to put a screw through the outside. I just think a lot went into this knife, and I can understand why it costs more money than a normal integral. Plus, the whole James brand thing, which I said I wouldn't talk about. So $480 for first responder, active military. Now, I use the code WELCOME10. So I guess if it's your first order on James Brand's website, WELCOME10 will get you 10% off. So the $600 knife became $536. I then opted for speedy shipping, which didn't actually get speedy, but I paid $550 in the end. But you could feasibly pay $536. Is this knife worth $536? Yes. This knife is worth $550 in my opinion. What I paid, it's worth it. $600 is really starting to stretch it. Once you get a 6 in front of it, I don't know why mentally it changes things, but I'm not quite there at 600, but 530, I think that's okay. It's not good or anything. It's not even reasonable, but it's like, okay, I'll deal with it price, right? So that's how I feel about this. Recommendations. Guys, if you want a sweet-ass knife, and you're like me, and sometimes you don't mind spending a little extra, when there's a really cool knife that costs $400 and I can't get it or I missed a drop, sometimes on the secondary, I'll pay that extra $100 people are asking. You can always look at it like that, right? Except James Brand's getting that extra money. I don't know, guys. It's just so good. I can't wait to hear Joe's opinion on this, the Knife Whisperer. I think he's going to absolutely love this thing. I hope he does, honestly. But it's going to be his. So I want to point out, lastly, a couple minor flaws. So I have this little mark back here on the backside there. See a little tiny scratch or mark. That came with it from factory. And then if you look at the blade grind at the very tip, it kind of looks a little bit wonky. Like a little bit, like one side's a little bit off from the other. But that's it. Those are the only two minor things I can find wrong with this knife. The pivot. This is a T6 and this is a T8. I don't understand that at all. And I tried to disassemble it, but only this screw came out, and this one needs to come out to take it apart. I just stopped messing with it because I was selling it. I tuned it and just Loctited it where it was. No need to take it apart, really. Would it have been nice? Yes. So anyway, guys, really, really cool knife. Fantastic knife. I'm very glad I got to check this out. James Brand put me on notice just a little bit with this one. Next time they come out with a knife, I'm probably going to pay attention. Doesn't mean I love them or like them or anything, but I'm going to probably pay attention. Yeah, guys, thank you for listening to me rant, rave, be a jackass as usual. I love you so much. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.